Dear colleagues, let me start my topic with analysis situation around the Ukraine story. Totally. But before it, I'd like start my first part of the topic with how the U.S. congressmen with sense memberships told about the increasing the sum of the insurance contributions of the U.S. banks. So the situation appeared after the bankruptcy of the Silicon Valley Bank, also the signature. So the but despite federal corporation insurance contributions in sum $250,000. U.S. Congress is thinking about the increasing this sum, but the main story consists how about how sum must be what the level of sum maybe need to the insurance. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, and maybe another sums, maybe insurance. So what the feature of enough? And certainly the main story consists how the U.S. banks must be served as the consumers in money, pay accounts, and payment of the wages and another usual consumers of the ordinary contributors. So it's very interesting how the another system in the Europe, and especially the Credit Suisse, which the assets of the bank will go in to buy UBS, show that the Credit Suisse had another story. But it's very interesting that the bankruptcy of the US two the not great US banks SVD and the signature allows to the safe Credit Suisse. So the regulator of the Swiss Republic decided to help the Credit Suisse and give some money in the sum, as you know, of 50 billion Swiss francs. So and certainly the ECB, this is a very good, great conquest of for the European bank system. When by the base of the Basel the second, the third, ECB had a big, great conquest how increased the interest rate. Despite the inflation more than the interest rate, ECB had a soft policy for the leaving the maneuvers for the investment in the European economy. So as said, Joe Biden, this is one of the great feature of the capitalism. The investors had have a possibility to the to do risk of our own means, and the risk this is the risks the put at the um, shoulders of the investors. So this is not only this and capitalism, but social direction of this system allows to the confident how the interest of the ordinary contributors of the bond system must be defended. So the second part of my topic will be the story how Vladimir Putin had published article in the Jamil Jabao before the usual Vladimir Putin send his articles for newspapers for newspaper of those countries where Russian president is going to have a visit. But right now, turnover before the visit of the chairman of the China People Republic, since it's been in Moscow, and the next tourney in the Europe. And certainly the main message of this article, Vladimir Putin supposed to the account geopolitical accounts in the related situation. So this is ideas appearance in the mind of Vladimir Putin after the trip in the Sevastopol and Mariupol. Therefore, this is a message Vladimir Putin sent not only of the world society and the internal in the Russia, and as well as Unity Russia Party, but the inhabitants of the occupied people in the fourth so-called new regions of the Russian Federation: Khersonskaya, Zaporozhskaya, Donetskaya, and Luganskaya области, and also Crimea. Though the crisis is very, as I told above, after the 9 years ago, when Russia annexation Crimea and Donetsk, Lugansk, inhabitants of these regions became to demand from out of the Russian government, Dmitry Medvedev, about the equal social safety, wages, and others transactions that it will be as average in the Russian Federation. So right now, yet 5 million people will be demand Russian government at this time, Mikhail Mishustin, to demand money for the social safety, wages, salaries, in the level of the average level as in the base territory of the Russia. Jesus, but so if you remember, Xi Jinping advanced his peaceful plan in the 1 year anniversary of the 24th of the February this year. So and right now around this is plan. Uh, two hands have a dispute. State Department defends Ukraine when it defends Ukraine. Thought that this plan only profit only for the Russia, and as you know, at first time after the Mariupol story, Vladimir Putin claimed to take account of the realities. Jesus, but as I told just Xi Jinping advanced plan in the 24th of the February. So during the 1 year, China attention observed the situation around Ukraine, and maybe China afraid how the West help, maybe will decreasing. So the Bakhmut story is may to the help the appearance of this idea. But this is one. The second, Mr. Xi wanted to preparing the next campaign in Russia and United States of America, and Vladimir Putin right away claim to take account of realities. But all media in the West told this is a story, especially around Bakhmut, Solidar, have a character of the inhabitants for the to the rest of the dystrophy, and certainly, as said Vladimir Zelensky, Ukraine don't need in the soldiers' forces. Ukraine need only modern weapon, and here for the China, this is story have a positive significance due to if Russia will spend resources, labor, soldiers, natural and psychological even resources, so the Russia will be a need in the alliance for the moral support even. And certainly if we will pragmatic count. The heterogeneous for the China will be cheaper. And here the diplomatic activity of the China People Republic right now will be more stronger due to the COVID, the Omicron, the last Omicron modernization, the last Omicronian modification have been close. Have been close, and totally after this, China People Republic, China's parliament have aim 5% economic growth, and certainly the for the economic growth need raw. Jesus, and certainly the situation, in fact, more difficult than the play game Vladimir Putin due to that he built plan of own campaign. Jesus. And the last story, according to the calculation of the Kiev government, the Russian Federation will draw 60,000 children. And certainly this is similar the kidnapping in Russian. So thank you. Bye.